All the information shared in this video is available on the public platform. Nothing is discussed here which may breach the confidentiality of our armed forces. Defense Detective respects our defense forces and works only on the information that is available for public.
7 countries have kicked out 258 Pakistanis and sent them packing. Now, if this news gets covered by Indian media, Pakistanis will immediately start crying foul, calling it Indian propaganda. But listen up, Pakistanis, this isn't news from Indian media, it's straight from your own media. Take a good look. The report states that, in the last 24 hours, 7 countries have deported 258 Pakistanis, and this news is as fresh as it gets. It's dated 10th January, meaning today. So, Pakistanis, reading and hearing this news must make you feel immensely proud, right? After all, why wouldn't it? Such achievements must surely boost your national pride. Isn't that so? Well, you've done such deeds that pride is only natural, isn't it? So, first, let me tell you which 7 countries have deported Pakistanis back to their homeland. The countries are Saudi Arabia, the United Arab Emirates, UAE, China, Qatar, Indonesia, Cyprus, and Nigeria. Out of the 258 deported individuals, only 14 had Pakistani passports, while the rest were traveling with emergency travel documents. Out of the 258, a staggering 232 Pakistanis were expelled by Saudi Arabia alone. Among these 232, 7 were beggars, 2 were caught performing Hajj without a permit and were deported after serving their punishment. 4 were expelled for overstaying their Umrah visas. 27 were working without proper permits. 16 individuals, whose visas had expired, were caught hiding instead of returning. Furthermore, 112 Pakistanis were deported after complaints from their employers, while 63 faced various charges. From the UAE, 21 Pakistanis were sent packing. Among them, 4 were involved in drug trafficking. This report from the Pakistani newspaper The Express Tribune, dated September 2023, highlights that Pakistani beggars are spread across the Middle East. In fact, 90% of professional beggars in the region are from Pakistan. Wow, professional beggars. At least there's one thing you excel at. When the entire country is running on begging, what difference does it make if you join the trend? Now look at this. Last year, the Saudi government issued a warning stating that Pakistani beggars could become a nuisance for those visiting for Hajj and Umrah. In July 2024, the Saudi government directly told Pakistan to stop sending beggars, the sick, and unskilled individuals, those who cannot perform any work. By November, there was even an extensive meeting between the Saudi and Pakistani governments regarding Pakistani beggars. This is the level of fear Pakistani beggars have instilled in Saudi Arabia. Despite Pakistan repeatedly assuring action against them, nothing concrete has been done so far. Last year, the UAE made it extremely difficult for Pakistanis to obtain visas. For months, Pakistanis struggled to secure UAE visas. Even Pakistani ministers had to approach UAE authorities about the issue, but it didn't resolve. A Geo TV report from 9th January, just yesterday, revealed that Pakistan's Senate body stated UAE had not officially suspended work visas for Pakistanis. However, the same report also mentioned that the UAE had unofficially stopped issuing visas to Pakistanis. The truth is, Middle Eastern countries are fed up with Pakistanis. The reputation of Pakistani workers going to these countries is highly negative. This has also been documented in a Senate committee report. The report highlights that Gulf countries now prefer hiring Bangladeshis over Pakistanis. And the reasons are clear in the report itself. It states that 50% of labor force-related crimes in the UAE are committed by Pakistanis. Their behavior is poor, and they even record videos of women without their consent. Tesla CEO Elon Musk has been criticizing Keir Starmer's government in the United Kingdom over the issue of grooming gangs for several days now. Musk has also taken strong jabs at Pakistan, but Pakistan doesn't have the stature to respond to him. However, when Indian MP Priyanka Chaturvedi opposed the labeling of UK grooming gangs as Asian gangs and clarified that these gangs are not Asian but specifically Pakistani, it didn't sit well with Pakistanis. From Pakistani media to advisors of the Pakistani Prime Minister and the government spokesperson Rana Ehsan Afzal, everyone launched an attack against Priyanka. Interestingly, Elon Musk himself supported Priyanka's statement, yet Pakistanis remain silent about Musk, not daring to criticize him. In 2012, the Rochdale grooming gang case in the UK was highly publicized. Do you know who the ringleader was? Yes, it was someone from the so-called Community of Pride, a Pakistani. His name is Qari Abdul Rauf. Rauf and his 9 accomplices were convicted of charges involving the rape and trafficking of underage girls. Rauf was sentenced to prison and was supposed to be deported to Pakistan afterward. However, 10 years have passed, and Rauf has yet to be deported. Mario Nawfal, who hosts a show on X, formerly known as Twitter, has also questioned why Qari Abdul Rauf hasn't been deported yet. Have you heard of Dr. Taj Haji? Dr. Taj is a prominent figure in Islamic circles in Britain. He holds citizenship in both the UK and South Africa. Dr. Taj is the Imam of the liberal Oxford Islamic Congregation and the Provost of the Oxford Institute for British Islam. He is also the President of the Cape Town Open Mosque in South Africa. Listen to what Dr. Taj has said about these grooming gangs and Pakistanis in Britain.
The idea is that when you can delegitimize these youngsters as being less than human, as being less than equal to you, and for you to do whatever you please, that is the basis for these men to act like that. And I think there is this ideology, this religious interpretation of Islam that makes this possible. And for example, why is it that virtually every single person in these grooming gangs up and down the country, they're all Muslim? They may be 95% Pakistani, but all of them are Muslim.
So, Pakistanis, what do you say now? Are you going to claim that Dr. Taj is also making these statements at India's behest? A father of one of the victims of the grooming gangs in the UK has shared why incidents of child sexual exploitation are rising in their country. Listen carefully to his words.
The belief of grooming gangs is that it happened 15, 20 years ago. That was just a northern mill town type thing, working class families up in the north. Vulnerable families were groomed, but I can sit here in January 2025 and categorically tell you that this is happening in southern towns, Guildford, Woking, Aldershot. These are towns that everybody around the country knows about. They're in the south of England. They're not northern mill towns. This, due to mass immigration of Muslim, mainly Pakistani men, will be happening in towns all over Britain where these people live.
Henry Bolton, the former leader of the UK Independence Party, UKIP, who has also served in the British Army and Police Service, has criticised Prime Minister Keir Starmer for rejecting a national inquiry into child abuse cases. But what he has said is worth noting.
Prime Minister, if I was one of your Labour MPs, and I'm glad I'm not, I would be voting in support of the Conservative amendment to the schools bill today that demands a national investigation into the organised, networked, appalling gang rape, mass rape of young white women and girls by predominantly Pakistani Muslim men.
Lara Brown, a policy researcher and a writer for major newspapers and magazines, shared details of a 2012 case in a tweet. She wrote that Abdulaziz, a member of a grooming gang, was sentenced to 9 years in prison in 2012. In 2018, the court revoked his British citizenship and ordered his deportation, but he has been evading deportation by exploiting legal loopholes. Rupert Lowe, a member of parliament in the United Kingdom, tweeted on 8 January about the £41.5 million in foreign aid provided to Pakistan in 2023 by 24, with plans to increase this amount threefold to £133 million next year. He stated that until Pakistan accepts deported Pakistani rapists back into their country and imprisons them, every single penny of this aid should be stopped. Elon Musk has also supported Rupert Lowe's statement.